Hello, John aka Chicken Fillets here, and it's time once again for another Remembering episode. The series, well, I remember about a video game. Now how I like to do this is to do this in a one-shot, one-take format, so if there's spoilers, if there's mistakes, well, you have been warned. Now today's game is going to be Final Fantasy VII Remake, because I think there's been enough time since its release up until now to discuss this like in this format. So, how I also like to do this is I like to talk about how I got into said game, my thoughts about said game, and then the future of that title as well. So let's talk about how I got into Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, if you are new to the channel, Final Fantasy VII is my all-time favourite JRPG game in general. I played it back in 1997 when it got released. Now, even when I dropped out of gaming, was a casual gamer, that title was still my absolute favourite. So, when I started getting back into gaming and doing more research into what games are coming out, etc., I remember seeing the PS3 tech demo of Final Fantasy VII, showing us what a true remake could look like. It was amazing, and it really got all cylinders firing for basically everyone wanting a remake, me included. So you could imagine E3 2015 rolls up. Now I remember the day before it got announced, there was a leak rumour came out on, I want to say Gamatsu, on that website, and it said that Final Fantasy VII Remake is being announced. I was like, nah, there is no chance that this is happening. That's just something silly which has been made up. Lo and behold, I watched E3 2015. It was like, for me, where I'm based, I watched an on-demand video on YouTube. That was a weird way of saying it. I watched a YouTube video. Anyway, I saw the announcement of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I was so excited. I was fist pumping in the air about 7 o'clock in the morning whilst getting ready for work, and Mrs. Phillips was like, "What are you doing? It's just a video game, calm it." Honestly, the dream of having a fully remade Final Fantasy VII was just unimaginable, and it was actually happening. Now, on the run-up to the actual release, the fun thing about this was, seeing all the trailers drop and hearing rumours, and then hearing, for example, that Final Fantasy VII Remake was going to be purely based in Midgar. Now, my thoughts about this were not really changed at all. A lot of people were disappointed by this. But I thought this was a good idea because, well, Midgar's my favourite section of Final Fantasy. I really love that part of Final Fantasy VII. So once the pre-orders were able to be ordered, I ordered mine originally from Square Enix, and then COVID hit. I wanted to, but actually roll back a wee bit. I remember cancelling my pre-order with Square Enix because I thought, no, I'll pick it up on my way to work and I'll order it from game. COVID then happened, couldn't go into it. I was delayed getting my copy of my special edition copy of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and honestly, the weight of having to play a game not on day one was such a pain, massive pain. I mean, first world problems and all, but hey ho. So let's talk about how my thoughts about the game in general when playing it. Because I tell you what, from start to finish, I could not believe how amazing this game was. It really brings all the characters to life. I mean, one thing I always bring up in videos is that seeing minor NPCs having full life brought to them. So Biggs, Jesse and Wedge, they are amazing in this game. Likes of Johnny as well. He's so funny in this. Giving him a bit more life and making him a minor character in this is really, really great. But actually going through this fully realised Midgar as well. I always remember some highlights of the game, which has always stuck with me. So let's talk about when playing the original Final Fantasy VII. One point which always hits me is when you first leave Midgar and you hit the world map. That is a feeling that I never will be able to experience again, up until one point in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And that's when you're coming out of the hotel room, or the place where Cloud sleeps for the night in Sector 7, and you open the door and come out of the room, and you see the landscape, and you see the plate, the metal plate of Midgar above you, and that just took my breath away. I literally just stood with Cloud still, just looking around, couldn't believe my eyes of this amazing place. I thought Sector 7 was amazing. Even adding extra story beats into this game, like sort of expanding Jesse's story, and the likes of Biggs and Wedge when you go off and do that little mission to get explosive, etc. It was really, really fun and a welcomed addition to the game. The music is utterly breathtaking as well. Like, everything is just amped up to 10. Orchestrations and remixes of classic songs is one thing I absolutely love, and I listen to these songs in this game so much. Battle system. Now, this is a hybrid action combat system, so you're still able to go to menus. It pauses, like it slows down the actual battles, and you're able to select, your materia commands, so fire, cure, etc. I absolutely love the combat in this game. It's one of my favourite combat systems in JRPGs in general. It nails everything. Now, I know a lot of people may disagree with me, saying, Final Fantasy VII's original combat is better, blah, 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 which is absolutely fine because it is amazing. But for me, this is what makes Final Fantasy VII Remake Final Fantasy VII. It's that quick combat. It makes you feel like the characters. Like when you're playing the original Final Fantasy when you're younger, that's how you experience the game in your head, that quickness. That's what you imagined. And it was just bringing that to life. Giving the characters extra personality as well, which is something was amazing. Like, the voice acting in this game is outstanding. Likes of standouts with Barrett. Barrett is amazing in this. I can't remember the name of the voice actors. John something, I can't remember. Cody Christian as well as Cloud, great choice. And then there's Tifa's played by an actress who was in Glow, I can't remember. And Aerith, it was Bianca White, I want to say. All amazing voice actors in this game. A lot of people were a bit trepid about changing the voice cast because they've been used to the likes of the voice cast in Advent Children, Dirge of Cerberus, but I think this was the best call for it. Final Fantasy VII Remake, I've completed so many times. It's unbelievable. So, with this all in mind, let's talk about the future of Final Fantasy VII, because, well, we have had Final Fantasy VII Rebirth release, and that is an amazing follow-up. It's opened up the full world. We're no longer in Midgar, and amazing title. Amazing. And then we've obviously got the third and final entry in the trilogy, and that's going to be amazing as well. I don't know how they're going to do it. We don't know any information at the time of recording, but it's going to be fantastic. Will they carry on Final Fantasy VII in other ways? So, for example, a Crisis Core 2? I think we will. I mean, Final Fantasy VII is pretty much Square Enix's biggest title. They've got the likes of First Soldier, not First Soldier, Ever Crisis. Ever Crisis shows the likes of First Soldier there, I'm getting to it. They could make a game based on First Soldier instead of having it on a mobile phone. They could do another release with Before Crisis, which focuses on the Turks. If they made games, even if it's like a budget title, people would buy it. I mean, I would. I'd love the world of Final Fantasy VII, and I'd easily pay for more of it. I mean, hey, if it's your favourite game, of course you are. So there we have it. I think we've got another Remembering episode in the books. Have you played Final Fantasy VII Remake? What are your thoughts about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, if you like what you're hearing and seeing on this channel, well, please help me grow it by liking, sharing and subscribing. And if you want to be kept up to date with everything Chicken Fillets, well, hit that notification bell. This has been John, aka Chicken Fillets, and until next time, tatty bye.